We're back. We're back. So I got that over on the side. That probably would have been a sight to see for you guys, but I held back. I held back. So anyways, I got this over to the side. Like I said, I don't know. Whenever I said it. I think I said it last night I was going to do it. So I got it over without you guys seeing me flip it over to my side. So I didn't have to say something, hear somebody say, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. You know. Only problem is yeah, I got these ones right. These are the caster ones, except for it looks like it's gonna hit the nut. But the other thing is I didn't take into cooperation that the wheels needed to go the same way as that. So I messed that up. I got them going the opposite way. Put the rib nuts in the wrong place down at the bottom. I don't think this stand works any better than that one. You got the same kind of view from up there that I do down here. If I even brought you over so you could see. What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I was just in such a hurry to put them in. I figured that they'd be okay. And not the case, I probably could use one of the these ones are pointed up and down, up here, at the top. And these are pointed that way. Well, yeah, I don't know how to get, unless I could find two more casters like this, which is highly doubtful. I mean, I have more casters in this garage somewhere, but I can tell you they won't fit that if I could even find them. I think they're bigger. Because this is the other set I got. Here's the other ones I got that I was going to put on my sandblast cabinet. And they won't fit. So I'd have to re-drill holes for these. Yeah. Well, I think it's either I stayed out camera or I stayed up one night and got the holes drilled so I wouldn't have to. This has to do with trying to save a little time right here. This is the MO. Let's get them things on. This is what I deal with at work all the time. Let's hurry up, and so we can get that done, so we don't have to do it again. And then guess what? You still end up doing it. You still end up doing it. After all that, you're still going back and, well, it's half. Okay, there you go. That's the prime example. let's hurry up and get it done, so when we get to the point, it's already done. Well, half it's done. The top part's half done. The bottom's not, because I got to recolor, redo over that. It don't matter. It's just we just got to get it done, right? I'm gonna put some lock washers on, but unfortunately, I don't know where they're at. Thought I bought like a big bag of them. That don't matter. That won't matter because this time we'll go down the road. Because this wheel hits the gas wheel. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it coming off the side of the garage. Even if I got the heat on in here, you can still hear it outside. There we go. These ones got locks in them, but yeah, they work. They work. The locks work. And these ones I already put 3 on. Anyways, I didn't need 4. I could spend a whole lot of money on new wheels, but nobody's gonna see them. Funny, it stopped snowing now. I heard it snowing, and then it stopped snowing. How does that work like that? Yeah, so anyways, we got more rib nuts anyways, but I don't even see where I can even line one of them up. I'm like, hey, how about if I line one rib nut up? So I'm not drilling 4. I can do 1. I'm going to line at least 1 up in the corner. It won't be a little bit kitty off on the back side. See, it'll be right here. And the other wheel will be up in the corner more, so I can do that. I can figure out what I did with all the quarter-inch nut. So somebody lost power? Is that what I thought I heard? Seen? Think I seen? So we'll just put this 1 in and tighten it up, and then line up the other 3 and put them in. And, unfortunately, can't do it with the ratchet. Get the tripod out of the way because I thought it was in the road. But then I can't even see what you're commenting. So that didn't make a whole lot of sense. It'll just turn faster. Right. Yeah, these kind of, they're freebies. They're freebies anyway, so. It's probably best if I put them straight, I would think, probably. What do you think? Straight's good? Even if the wheels are in the front? Is the wind headed north? Well, yeah, that would be a good question. I think that I don't know. I think the wind's headed from the. I think it's headed like it always seems to do when it comes across is like the other way. What's the other way you're saying? I think it's coming from the northwest and coming across. He's not going to be very good out here anyways, because mainly because it's thin sheet out there. So, but I'm thinking that something is better than nothing. Thinking it should be easier to drill. I'm thinking. I just forgot. I forgot what size we had to do to drill those. Now that's 4. I don't need 4. I'm drilling 4. And I don't need 4. I only need 3. Yeah. I thought I just marked them. I need a new marker. I guess, or maybe I should put my glasses on. I think that'd help maybe. Put my glasses on. Yeah, I didn't know to mark them. Yeah, that helps. Put a little mark where you're at. Yep, I believe that's what the way it's going. You know, I didn't already looked at it for just a bit. To say, oh no, not again. But we are in the beginning of March, so. Now, if you said it was in the middle of, at the beginning of April, I was going to say, we should be done with snow now. We should be done. You would think, right? I think a few of these are needing a touch up. They need a touch up because they are just 10, so it should drill pretty easy through. But she's just doing its normal thing. That's being a pain in the butt. Hopefully this won't fall off on the floor because it's just sitting on the edge of the tire. So. That side is the blower side, so that one I don't know, this may be the size I need right here. Find out in a minute if we drilled it too big. In a minute. Let's just do one of those. Let's just do one before we go. Everything too big? No, that's the one right there. Good deal. Yeah, I put that tool away because I thought we were all done with it. And guess what? We're not. Actually, I even thought I put it away and find out not even in the box. Not in the box. Oh, right here. Thought I seen it. Just where the goofball put it last, didn't take care of it. got busy doing something else. Oh. I think they'll be okay. I mean, we're just gonna roll around here, and if I'm gonna have to move it outside for whatever reason, if I was nuts enough to put it outside to use it outside, I would probably use it on a cart, because this ain't gonna roll on there. Because I do need to weld inside this cab out there. And I do notice when I was just cutting the cab, being inside of it, that the fumes were, wow. Because it's got all that stuff in it. Got paint on the outside, and then it had some insulation underneath the bottom, and then I'm actually getting good at drilling now. You were telling me that the price of fuel, and that's been like that as long as you know? It's always been that expensive? That's the right one for that or not. Got these all turned over. Has the price of fuel been over there like that forever? Or just recent since they're trying to control is more over there than it seems like over here. Right. Yep. Right beside the vise, probably should be a beer cooler. Probably. I'm thinking that you might think that same thing. You know, or soda pop if you're not I'm not much of a, but I thought, you know, people might like the, you know. The thought of that. I got some, there's some heavy metal here somewheres. And it's not AC/DC. But I could put it on top of this. All right. Look at the state of that. You see the state of that? You really see the state of that? You know, you can see better if you really put your glasses on. If you really wanted to see, you know what I'm saying? In 2020, during COVID ramp up, got up to $9 a gallon. Are you kidding me? No, oh, because nobody was going nowhere. Everybody was staying home, right? Then try to use this ratchet again. Really? Why is that? Because you're not getting fuel from here, are you? Are you guys getting fuel from over here? You're getting it by rail car, huh? Huh. How come there's always one that's just a little bit off? I'm a lot off. One that's just a little bit off. It's the same on that side too. Mainly because these wheels were off a wooden cart, and the guy whoever put them on just rammed the screws in and bent the frames a little bit. That's all. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I heard some sort of ridiculous news about they're gonna stop restrictions on diesel fuel something emissions in California like that. I I thought I was hearing myself on that, but they may. I mean, they may stop that because if if you if you believe it or not, and you chose not to believe it, but the Earth goes through cycles of destructing itself because it's basically a volcano in the center. But for to have rivers flowing down your backyard that usually aren't there, I'm thinking that's probably not normal, but some people think that's normal. Or the other thing is it's not their backyard, so why do they care if their backyard's flooded? Right, it's full of lava. It's constantly erupting. So, but some people think that the Earth is not decaying, and all the um, reactions, drastic weather change, and all that is not that's normal, and don't worry about it. It'll take care of itself or something. Who knows? Who knows if they're thinking other than okay, so how come this one works? There it goes. You just gotta be, you just gotta mess with them a lot to get them to go in there. I only had to drill out one, it looks like. Hopefully it'll go in now, but it may not. Still. I don't know if you've seen that or not, or is it just it's on YouTube, so you want to say that majority of you can't really believe, but again, if you're watching a regular news channel, and the regular news channel, how much of that do you really believe? Yeah, they're going in now. I just gotta drill that corner of that one a little bit. Like I said, these brackets on these wheels are pretty much bent up, bent over on the end from driving some leg screws in with a screw gun, and I bent them kind of back. You guys able to see anything I'm doing? Because I don't know if you can tell or not. Hopefully when I get done tightening these all down, that the brackets are not bent so much that one wheel's off the ground and the other one's not, but it may be. maybe just that thing. Yeah, she's straightened it out. That's enough to straighten it all out. Huh? You don't know any? I didn't think you guys would have any over there, but you know. All right, so we just got to do this one corner, and then I probably should put some mark on it because I didn't mark that other one, that corner, and that caused me be drilling the wrong corner. Who's all on tonight anyway? Anybody new? Oh, the normal 3. We got the normal 3 tonight. All right. That's okay. 3's all right. Maybe in the ocean, huh? Could be. Yeah, I just got to drill this one hole. Can't put it in the vise very good because it's really wide. Not really. Okay. Good. Hopefully it's big enough now to get it. Where it needs to be. Let's just see how from inside the blower, all the metal shavings keep coming out, and from inside there, and they keep sticking. To my wrench. Kind of weird. I think when you drill holes, the metal rubbing on each other causes some sort of magnetic pull. I know it's never much into science, but wasn't much into science, but See them? They're all sticking to it. The wind's whistling. I can hear it. My garage door. Yeah, just lost my wrench. My garage doors are creaking. I don't have the heat on. I don't have the heat on right now, so the garage doors over there are creaking with the wind blowing outside. The only thing I got going in here is a ceiling fan that I need to turn the heat back on. So, what? I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing for metal. Oh my goodness. Well, I had it once. Once is all you get. No, it's right there. I see it. I just got a ton of metal shavings. I got a ton of metal shavings on it. You won't make it out. Yeah, it's all stuck. Well, this time it may be because of that magnet, but yeah, except for this, not gold. Not gold at all. From these, there's hills. I'm getting some gold from them hills. So you gotta really get. You guys been how long you been had the truck in rail car forever, huh? I'm sure it's. Oh, well, they used to have a boat here that used to bring fuel in, and it's still there, and the tanks are still there. Last time I knew, but I think they were going to take the tanks out of there because they could get a truck cheaper than being brought in by a boat. So. But the pier's still there, and it still has all the stuff about the water. I don't think I can go on it. I don't think that went up that far along the water. And filmed anything up there at all. They're going to start doing a big, huge roundabout in that area. So they're going to they have it already, have the bypass set up, and on one direction of it, they got it set up. On the other side, they'll be doing the other side pretty soon. And that'll make a big baku in the traffic flow. Everybody be talking about that all summer long because the it's a nice destination for people to go in the summertime. That's up on one of our peninsulas up here, and people from everywhere go up there. So that'll, but it needs to be done. You know, they've been, you know, it's only their roads in the States. They're only like 30 to 50 years old behind. You know what I'm saying? And then they're redoing the. I don't know if you ever heard of the You ever heard of the Mackinac Bridge? The Mighty Mac. That one has a gas pipeline underneath it. Oh, you had to have known about that one. You have to know about the Mighty Mac. You have to know that because you're just not too far away from it. Really, I mean, compared to people in Florida. So, anyways, they're talking about redoing that pipeline underneath there, and that pipe's been there for 60 some years or 80 some years, and they want to like repair it or something. And the idea was that they think that it's going to leak in the ground. You know, if they repair it or whatever to the effect and mess up all the water, and you know them people. You know, and they have right to be that way because who else is going to preserve fresh water if but it's the state that it's the closest to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta plug you guys in. You're in the 15%. The monitor. I don't know what this one's in. This one's half going. Half going. Is that a word? Half going. You got half your charge done. So anyways, we got the wheels on her. Yeah, and my intake pipe went over when I was pulling it over. Went flying over and got a dent in it. So, yep, it did. Got a big old dent in it now. Not that bad a dent. I was able to like push it out, but that's part of the casualties of war, right? Whew. Oh yeah. Nothing like paint fumes. Oh, I showed you these, didn't I? I showed you these things I got for painting. Well, let me show you how well they work so far. I just tried them a little bit, and they need fine tuning. They need some fine tuning. You can watch this. I don't know if you catch that or not on the camera, that it's still spraying. You can still hear it. I don't want to spray the camera. It's still gurgling a little bit. So you got to take and go underneath this little button and file underneath there to make it work. Or tear it apart and put a spring in there. I guess they don't want you. It says no and yes on it. I guess the no is you can't spray yourself, and yes, you can. But you got to take and file this down a little bit, I guess. There's no spring. There's a spring in it, but maybe after a while it'll retract better. I think it's just a spring. Just, you know. Anyways, I already had that one spray can that sprayed all over the place. I threw that away. This is almost empty. I sprayed this on something, and I knew it was still leaking, so I pushed the thing up and it stopped. And then I came down the next day and I did a short on it because it was sprayed. It sprayed all over this and my cabinet over here. Now the nozzle's all messed up or something because it won't spray nothing. Yeah, I did a short on that one. That's why there's paint all up inside and down. It's because it just started spraying by itself overnight. That was a night to see because you know that cans of paint that used to be, I don't know, $3 now are 8 to 10. This is before we even know about the clown in the White House over here, causing everything to cost more money. Yeah. We're good to put her on the floor, huh? You can watch that thing go whack. It shouldn't though, because I got the wire around it here. There you go. That's what she looks like on the floor. Hopefully got enough room where I wanted that. Yeah, I don't think the wheels are the issue anyways. This floor was set up for this is supposed to be, I don't know what they called it. This is supposed to be for working on tractors and things like that on the property. So I bring tractors in and work on it. So there you go. That's what she looks like on the floor. I don't think it moves around that bad. I know that yeah, this whole floor, if you go and look at it in the center of the floor, it dips like this. Not really bad, but you can see that it's set up so the water can go down the drain from the center. Looks like it'll be just almost enough room over there where I was going to put it at, which is like that's where that fan's at. Fan. That's where I want to put it at because that stuff that's there is kind of doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to be there. There's a lot of things that don't need to be there in here, but yeah. Putting the metal on, giving her a coat of paint. We still got to work on the end of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to aerosol it. I thought I had a quart of paint. I think rolling paint on it seems to be a better coat. Plus I got some right there that if I don't use it, it'll just go. Yeah. So I got I remember I was telling you about this motor right. So anyways, I got a capacitor for that too. I got a capacitor for that we're going to try on that and see if it'll work. Yeah, it wasn't much. It was off Amazon. It was like $8 or something. And none of the ones I had would work. So according to the diagrams on YouTube. So if that in turn is the right information, is the right information. But that's what we got. So we have to make the best with what we got. I can't, I don't want to scrap it out. If I don't know why it was thrown away, so I'm not sure. I could guess where it came from, but it could have been like maybe they took it. They scrapped out the unit, and so what they did was they took that off because maybe they were going to use it, or they thought they're pretty expensive. Yeah, they're very expensive because I did look it up and went, Oh boy, that's a lot of money. We're talking like over $300 for that type of motor. That's got it's 220, so it's it's cooled. It doesn't run like 110 really gets hotter, and so it's like directional, and so and I don't even know if it goes slow enough because I really need a motor on that bandsaw because that bandsaw's been sitting here for now 3 years and hasn't been used for anything. Because the other option is to get two pillar blocks and then get the short shaft and then get a third 12 a 12-inch pulley and a 13-inch pulley, I believe it is, and two 2-inch pulleys, V belts, and then run two V belts on it, and with the motor that's underneath there, and make it work really slow, because that's what we need for cutting any kind of metal. Because um, I have a wood one, but I couldn't even get to it if I needed it, and I'm not much into wood. I'm not much into wood. Well, probably now if I was to go to buy one, but it's by that one company, whatever the little cover. Well, I'll find it eventually. There's a little cover on it by that company name, and yeah, because that same company that made that um, still makes them. I don't know what it would be in something like that. I would assume that if it goes this way and then that way, it changes speeds. Hopefully, it doesn't go faster because then we're in trouble. Because then I got to go to the other option. I could get two pillar blocks, like 50 miles away from here. Somebody has two pillar blocks for $25, and I didn't even look them up, but I figured they're 60 a piece. So, but the problem is I got to drive 50 miles to get them. So, there's really nothing. If there's some train stuff going on, because I already did that run one time and got something. I don't know if I showed what I got or not. I might have. Don't recall. But I went and got something. Yeah, I did. I showed that I got that one grinder, that angle grinder for doing some auto body. I got that for $25. I was already up in that town, so I could have got both those if they would have had it up there then. So you just can't randomly go drive 25 miles for something something for a joyride. I mean, it's because I was up there and I filmed what was going on with the trains in that area while I was there. That's why the train goes there. That's what I was doing, but they weren't there. They go up there, according to the lady I talked to. She says they go up in that area, but it's like they couldn't even tell me on the clock. They couldn't even tell me if they looked at the calendar. They couldn't even tell me when the next day would be because it's so sporadic. They could go tomorrow, and then it would be for a month and a half. But all right, so I got a headache from paint fumes now, and and the weather's changing too. So if I had exhaust fan when I was using like that thing there when I was painting, maybe I could suck in some of them fumes. Maybe. I don't know. Just because we have 12 more minutes or so. Let's see. Let's see if I have to do a video of tearing it apart and putting another motor in it while you guys are on the hook. You know what I'm talking about. If you're catching on what I'm catching on. Let's see if this motor works since we bounced it around a few times. And How can I show you that it works? And let's see, I got another thing. Hang on. Well, looks like it will suck shop towels, and it will suck plastic bags. So needless to say, there's some game show, some sort of game thing where definitely it will suck, and I can't remember what I seen that at. Exactly. I could put a frying pan in if I could remember where they're at, because I do have a few. I do have a few. I have a pan about this big around, thin, that I can tell you I can go get right now. But the bigger ones, I can't tell you where that's at. But I don't know. I mean, hey, what do you want? What do we got into it? 50, 40, $45 worth of rib nuts, right? Some bolts. My son spent like $18 on bolts. The brackets for the sides, I had to buy that. And each stick was $18, or I don't think it was $18. I think each one of these pieces of metal that I got was 3 foot, so there's 6 foot of metal. I don't know. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's give her the benefit of the doubts of that was 30 some dollars. So 45 we're at. And what I say on the bolts were, let's go 35 on the metal. The wheels didn't cost us nothing. The screws were, we'll say $18 for the screws, we'll say. The wire we already had, the blower we already had, the capacitor we already had, the wiring we already had, the rib nuts. Oh, this rubber boot. I paid $20 for 2 sections of rubber boot. So I'm at $105. $105 right now. Just what we got right now. $100. So if I could have found this metal, I could have dug for some metal, which I probably could have found some on the property. I probably would have had to spend a whole lot of time making it look new, because she would have been rusty. And this molds, you just got to buy them, because I just when I had never had that many of that size. And the tube, I don't know. I had some tube, but it wasn't big enough. I know after the fact that I already had it. It doesn't have the ribs in it, so I would have had to try to make some kind of ribs in it. The tube I would have had was from the ones that you stick on the back of your tailpipe of your car. So if you're working inside and you want to run your car and you want the exhaust fumes to go out, you slide the rubber hoses over the tailpipes. them. I got like one of those. I bought a long time ago. Still have it. Don't use it because I can't get anything in the garage, so to work on it. So they're always outside. Yeah. Well, last year I did have a car, and if you go back and look at Don's garage, you can see that I did have a car in here. I was going to try to get a car in here this winter. I pushed for it, but I couldn't get it. There was too much stuff on the road to get it in here because I was going to work on that too. But looked like I didn't. I didn't win out. Maybe next year. Yeah, I don't. My person been $100 for a piece of something that you know what I'm saying. It's just got to suck the fumes in. I mean, it doesn't have to. You know, I don't know if you're going to see it. You might see it. I know smoke and fumes and things like that are much lighter than a plastic. Are much lighter than this and that. So, and again, once we get our little shroud on here and nice and pretty, however I want to do it, the smoke stuff's still sitting right there in the box. I didn't really put it too far away, and then we'll try it. But I would assume that it'll within the distance that I'm welding. This can go around. This can go around, so it doesn't want to a lot. So it can if I'm welding right there, it's gonna pull it up. You know. It doesn't like to be bent the other way now that we got it going the right way. Us guys know what we talk about. We know it. But I can. Anyways, it'll pull it up in there. It will. All right. All right. All right. So we got an hour and a half in. So tomorrow night I need to put that sheet metal on. I need to find myself some way of applicating the paint to it. I can't do it on this because this won't work. I was thinking about like doing something to that to make it look make it stand out. If the camera pans in here, and I haven't decided on that fully. You know what I'm saying? It looks good for that. I went back and tried to find that purple picture last night, and I can't find it. I don't know where it went. It was kind of weird though, because this is the same camera. You're on the same camera that I was filming last night. So, and not doing it tonight. No purples. You don't think it'll suck up paint fumes? Just because I was painting in here, and you don't think it sucked it up? No, I didn't do a whole lot. Because I didn't run long enough when I was painting actually. But you can build one of those too. I see a lot of people just build some sort of box right on their close to their wall, and they bring up a tube and they put a ventilation right on outside. That's actually what my boy was saying to me. He said he thought that I was going to build this, put it on the ceiling, and then put a tube going out the wall to suck the fumes out there. And I said, Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was saying that. Um, oh, I see. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna call it a night because I need to get out of the fumes of this paint. Because my head's like, no, because I didn't do paint fumes when I was growing up. Come on. I was right into the regular fuel, regular gasolines and stuff's the best stuff to give you headaches. You want to get a buzz back in the day, regular gasoline. Yeah. I worked at a gas station and I was fueling cars up. Boy, I'm telling you, the days the days going by, I was like, hello, how are you? Do I know you? You want to get to know me? I mean, you sit behind a car pumping fuel all day long, you know, standing there holding onto the nozzle, making sure that you don't overpay, which all the time, dude. I had people going out for the full tank and they only wanted $20. What? And it filled up on 30. So that would cost me $10. These guys always come back. They're the best customers. I'm serious. I just run a little gas station. I don't have a picture of them at all. I don't. I don't. I know where it was at. It's still there. The building's still there. But I don't. I want to. I don't want to brag that I was a great. Oh, you used to siphon gasoline? Well, we won't ask you how. Why? Why? Because you needed some gasoline for your car, probably. Back in the day, that was a big thing. A lot of people siphon fuel. People used to siphon a lot of fuel. Um, I don't try not my best to do that anymore because it just you burp up gasoline for the next 2 days. Oh, you should like siphon it out of a car to put it in another car. I mean, your cars. Is that what you're talking? That's what you're talking about. Yes. You can get a buzz off just smelling that. That old fuel. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but that old regular fuel. Holy moly. That may be why I'm not really brain dead, but just a little, a little, a little bit of that. All I know is, and then when I worked down in the city, we weren't too far from the freeway working on cars. And so a lot of the cars in the middle '90s, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Um, in the '90s, we were not too far from the freeway, so the tow truck drivers were bringing cars in to the facility. They were supposed to go like they already had. They lined up, called the tow truck, said, "Hey, I want you to pick this car up," and then they got a spiff from the boss. If you get them to bring them back here, so we can repair them, we're gonna give you like $20 cash. And so the truck driver's like, so he would talk people in to bringing them back to the place where I worked at, and the other place would be calling like, "Where's the tow truck go? Where's the tow truck that was bringing uh, this customer's car in?" And he's like, "Oh, well, the customer said that they wanted to take it somewhere else." Oh, well, that's not the agreement. When I had them get a hold of you, you're gonna bring it to my shop, and that happened a lot. It would surprise you how much that happened. And so we ended up with like lots of work. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to get, they had to get going again. So it was kind of like some of them would go to the mall and hang out for a bit. 2 or 3 hours later, they got their car fixed and they're on their way. And they didn't have to pay for a hotel room or, um, unless they wanted to, you know. But that happened a lot. I got because I got. I mean, I didn't get. I didn't have them where, as far as I know, I didn't have them that I was taking. That I was taking advantage of. It must have been just the place I worked for. But that only worked for a little bit, and then you could notice that the tow truck drivers weren't hauling any cars in anymore because they wouldn't. They were like, we're not going to call this company because this company's just going to take them to wherever they want, not to where we want them to go. So that was that whole fiasco back in the 90s. Back in the 90s. But that was, that wasn't, that was back in the 70s, 70s into the early 80s, the leaded fuel. That were really, I mean, you wouldn't have your head right over the gas, right over top of the nozzle, but just if you're standing there pumping the fuel and keeping an eye on, because everybody wanted the fuel. The fuel place I had, the next town over was 4 or 5 cents more a gallon cheaper. So they would just get enough fuel to get from here to there, and then they would get it cheaper all the time. And which they loved it when they told only 20. And that was on a Friday. They would say $20, and knowing that you've already you forgot from the last time you made the mistake, and you're trying to do something else at the same time, and then you hear it click off and it's already full, and now you're looking at the pump and it's sort of $35, and all they wanted was 20, and you go up to them and said, you already got the fuel. Well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I should have just bought a $100 pump thing and pumped the fuel back out. I should have pumped it back out. Pumped it in again. I should have had some gas. I should have already had that all set up. I should have already had a station to pump it out with, and then have like 2, 3. If I had 2 gas cans, I've already got my $10 back. You know what I'm saying? And then I just put it in my car and just told the boss that they ripped me off for $10, and then I had enough gas for the night. Right? I was the boss though at that time. They were doing it to me. Yeah, I don't see those guys very often though. But anyways, stories of running a business, especially a gas station, with people that I go into a gas station now, and I hear them talking about runoffs. I said, "Oh, I remember that. Except for they never ran off. I filled them up and then they took off." Yeah, now you got to pay at every pump now because they had people running off. They still had people running off. You pull in there and they would let you pump the fuel in there. There's a couple still where you can pump the fuel and then go in and pay for it, but you don't. You pump the fuel and then you drive away. That's free fuel. All right, well I got to shut up because long day. Um, Tomorrow's Thursday. I should go back tomorrow night and attempt to do something. If that's what you want, if you want me to come back tomorrow night, uh, it's up to you because I like monkeying around the garage. There's always something to do in here. There's always something to do. The next thing I got to do after that is I already mentioned it, so I don't want to mention it again. But um, and then that's got to slide over there in that spot. So for now, I don't know where else to put it. Yeah, well, like I said, I got lots of things to do. some things now it's the manager wants me to do for him because he don't have time to do it. So um, I got been telling him to get my snow tires down here so I can put swap not my snow tires, my summer tires are wiped out, so I got some new tires to put on it. So I can put them on over there. That some people like to watch. Some people put tires on, some people don't. It don't matter. All right. We'll be back tomorrow night. See ya.